welcome back to my channel. So I am looking very ghostly. Obviously I have new hair and no makeup on today, and I feel like I'm being washed out by my background. Hi, my name is Dee. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I hope that you consider subscribing. I hope you enjoy my content, and I would love for you to hang around. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. So in today's video, this is my first palette challenge update video. Now, if you guys have been with me for some time, you know that last year, from July to December, or January 1st, Nat came up with a palette challenge, and she invited myself and Beth. And this is our first update of the year. So basically, if you are not aware, the palette challenge that Nat came up with is we are to use as many palettes as possible within a month's time span. And so you have to do 5 or more looks with each palette using, I think, 4 or more shades. We changed it from last year, 4 or more shades. Each time you do, you get a point for that palette. And basically our goal is to accumulate so many points each month that we can, so that at the end of the time frame, whenever we end it, we see who the winner is. Now, last year, if you haven't seen that video, I will link that up in the cards. Nat did win, and she ended, I think, with 30-something points. And so we also had a giveaway, a collective giveaway, the 3 of us. We do get points deducted if we make any type of purchases that are makeup related. And we will also have to include that in our update as well. So if you want any more information, or you would like to be a part of this palette challenge, and you have a few people that you can make a group, because that is how we're doing it. We're going to do it in groups, so you can still participate in this challenge. However, you would have to create your own group to do that. So like Beth, Nat, and I are one group. Then if you have yourself and maybe 2 other people, or even 3 other people that you want to be in a group with, then you guys can let me, Nat, or Beth know on Instagram. I will put each of our handles down below, so that if you are interested and would like further information, or would like to maybe join this year's palette challenge, you can contact either one of us and we can give you more information and all of that. So let's go ahead and get into the palettes that I used for the month of January. Also include for this year face palette. Let's go ahead. I have my little notepad here. I've been keeping track all month. So I'm going to start with the palettes that I've used 5 or more times. This is the Winky Luxe palette, Mermaid Kitten palette. That is what it looks like. This is from Target. I don't know that you could still get this. I know they still carry Winky Luxe. I just don't know if this palette is still available. This is what it looks like. This was one of those palettes that I really didn't reach for or pull for, but I'm so glad I did, because I really do enjoy this palette. I would have to say this is probably my favorite shade right here. It's called Topless. Very weird. Okay. But yeah, that's one of my favorite shades. So I did create 5 or more looks with this palette. I really do enjoy it. I think it's a nice palette. Do I say that it's absolutely necessary, that you need? No, but it's a cute palette. I just love the packaging. So yeah, I was able to use that. The next palette is my Too Faced Mini Gingerbread palette. What it looks like. I never got my hands on the original gingerbread palette, so when this one came out, I just felt like I needed to get it. I will say it's a very nice palette. It is a very pigmented palette. It smells amazing. There are so many looks that you can do with this. I wouldn't say there's a ton, because it is a smaller palette, but you can get some really nice pinky and more on the brown side tones and looks. So I really did enjoy that one. That's the second palette that I used. The other palette is the Natasha Denona Peak palette. This is a palette I got in a BoxyCharm last year, and I finally got to play with it this month, and this is by far one of my absolute favorite palettes. Of course, there's only 5 shades, so you can't do a ton of looks, But I did create some really pretty looks with this palette, and I really do like it. Like I said, it has become a favorite of mine, and I really am glad that I have it. It's really, really nice. I have tried the smaller pans like this. I had one in the little mini many years ago, and I gave it away because I didn't care for it, but I wish I hadn't. I do kind of regret that. I don't think I gave it enough of a chance, but I really do enjoy this and use that one. Okay, so those were the only 3 palettes that it looks like I used 5 or more times this month. So I will go ahead and gain 3 points for this. Now onto the face palettes. I did use quite a bit of those. For the face palettes, the first one is the Too Faced Natural Face. I believe I also got this in a BoxyCharm sometime. I don't remember when exactly, but I know that I did. And this is what the palette looks like. So it does have 2 bronzers. This is more of a shimmer. This is a matte, 2 blushes, and 2 highlighters. So what we're to do with the face palettes is we're to use the highlighter 3 times. So it could be 3 days in a row, sporadically, just whatever. Any of the blushes 3 times in a row, and the bronzers 3 times in a row. So how I did it is, like, if I'm going to put makeup on, so if I decide, okay, I'm going to use this bronzer, one of the bronzers in here, I might as well go ahead and use the blush and the highlight. That's 3 products, 1 day. So that gives me one day of usage, or 1 usage. So then the next day I decide, okay, I want to go ahead and use this again, but this time I want to use the shimmer bronzer, the other blush, and the other highlighter that's in here, because there's 2 of each. Then I use those the next day. That's 2 uses that I've used it. And then come the 3rd day and I say I want to do this palette again and kind of mix it up. That gives me my 3rd use and my 1 point. So that palette will give me 1 point because I used it 3 or more times. Okay, next one is Revolution. Sorry. So this is what that one looks like. And so I did use the bronzer actually 1, 2, 3, 5 times. So I get a point. Now if I would have did 6 times, I would have gotten 2 points. And then this one is the highlighter, and I used that 5 times as well. That is what it looks like. It's such a beautiful highlighter. So this I will get another point. Like I said, if I had used it 1 more time each of the products, I would have gotten a 2nd point on this palette, but I did not even notice that until now. So that is okay. The next face palette is the True and Luscious Lucky Glow. I did get this in a BoxyCharm. I think it was like in December. It's a really pretty palette. This is what it looks like. So it has like this glowy bronzer. It has a matte bronzer. It has a highlighter right here. Actually 2 highlighters, a blush, and another kind of shimmered bronzer. Another matte bronzer, which is a little bit more on the less reddish side. It gives me a point for this palette because I did use each product 3 or more times. So yeah, this is a really, really nice palette. I'm so glad to have had this. I have never tried anything from this brand. Okay, moving on. The next face palette is the Nomad Sydney Bathers. This I got in a BoxyCharm as well. This is what it looks like. So it has 2 highlighters and 2 bronzers right there. So it says that I used the bronzers 4 times and the highlighters 4 times as well. So I will get a point for that one. Okay, the next one is the Peach and Glow Makeup Revolution. This is what it looks like. Right there, just really, really pretty. It says that I used the blush and the highlighter 3 times a piece. So I will be getting a point for that. The last palette is my BH Cosmetics Weekend Vibes Bellini palette that I got for Christmas from Beth. It looks like that. This is what the palette looks like. really beautiful. These shades are so pigmented, so nice. Definitely can go a little excessive if you're not careful. So on this palette, it says that I used, excuse me, Georgia Peach, Just Peachy, and Peachy Keen 3 times. So I used these top 3 ones 3 times a piece. Let me go ahead and let you know what I did get points for. So I got 2 points, 1 and 1, for these mini face palettes. I did use 3 or more times. The Natural Face Too Faced palette that I did use more than 3 times each product. So that's 3. I have the Peach Bellini palette that I used 4 shades, 3 or more times. The Nomad Bronzing and Highlighting palette. And the True and Luscious palette right there. So for face palettes, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points, which is not bad. And then for eyeshadow palettes, I did only get 3 points for that because you do have to use it 5 or more uses, and I did only hit 3 of those. There's other palettes that I just didn't hit the 5 or more usage mark, so I'm not going to include those. I did get a few uses, but not enough. So my overall points for January are 9 points, I believe. If that's, I'll double check and make sure. So I got 9 points this month, but I did do 2 hauls. I did a Dollar Tree haul, which you guys have already most likely seen. If you have not, I can put that up in the cards or down below. And then the other one was a Laura Geller mystery box that I recently ordered. I did just get it, so I have not filmed that. So that is another one. So I will be losing 2 points for January's palette challenge because of the 2 purchases. And I did purchase the mystery box because I just wanted to see what kind of mystery box she gives out and if it's any good, if it's worth it, so I can let you guys know because she does have really good products. We'll be sharing that here with you guys here soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that and I'll give you my thoughts. So 9 points is what I earned for January. I lose 2 points, so I will end January with 7 points. Not too bad. I would have definitely loved to have done better. The eyeshadow palettes, we did up the game. So like I said, it's 4 more shadows using 5 or more times to get a point. And guys, that is all of the things that I used for this palette challenge this month. That is my update. If you're interested in joining this palette challenge, definitely let me, Nat, or Beth know in the comments. Or check us out on our Instagram. Like I said, their channels and their info will be linked down below. So yeah, and definitely don't forget to check out their channels as well. Keep track of their points and their uses because at the end we will most likely be doing another giveaway, collective giveaway. So if you are interested in that, definitely be watching and keeping track of each of our points. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.